Now cursed be thee that would ruin our fair land, and cursed be thee that would seal up the wells, and cursed be thee that abandon the gods' hands, and build a strange place for our people to dwell. Now cursed be thy breath, and cursed be thy breathing, and cursed be thine eyes, and cursed be thy sight, and cursed be thy hands that have blackened the harvest, and closed the old ways to the joy and the light. Now cursed be thy name, all cursed and forgotten, all cursed beyond memory, place, or recall, and cursed be thy soul, out of nothing begotten, a thing to no thing, and nothing to all. Now cursed art thee that have ruined our fair land, and cursed art thee that sealed up our wells, and cursed art thee that abandoned the gods' hands, and have built a strange place for the children to dwell.
Sun grows dark, earth sinks in the sea. We are steadings in heaven, the bright stars turn. Fire and we burn, upwards and break, with hazy heat against heaven itself. Brother fights with brother, they butcher each other. daughters and sons incestuously mix. Man is a plaything of mighty whoredoms. Axe time, sword time, shield shall be split. Wind age, wolf age, before the world ends. And what if something were breeding beneath our feet? Oh, she looked out of the window, as white as any milk. But he looked into the window, as black as any silk. Hello, 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 you cold blacksmith. Oh, what is your silly song? Shall never change my maiden name that I have kept so long. I'd rather die a maid, yes. But then she said, and be buried all in my grave. And then she said, that I'd have such a nasty, husky, dusky, musty, fusky, cold blacksmith. A maiden will I die. A maiden will I die. Then she became a duck along the stream, and he became a water dog, and fetched her back again. Then she became a hare all on the plain, and he became a greyhound dog, and fetched her back again. Then she became a fly all in the air, and he became a spider, and fetched her to his lair. I'd rather die a maid, yes, but then she said, and be buried all in my grave. And then she said, but I'd have such a nasty, husky, dusky, musty, fusky, cold blacksmith. Oh, she looked out of the window, as white as any milk. But he looked into the window, as black as any silk. Hello, 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 you cold blacksmith. Oh, what is your silly song? You shall never change my maiden name that I have kept so long. I'd rather die a maid. And then she said, and be buried all in my grave. And then she said, but I'd have such a nasty, husky, dusky, musty, fusky, cold blacksmith. A maiden will I die. A maiden will I die. Then she became a duck all on the stream, and he became a water dog, and fetched her back again. Then she became a hare all on the plain, and he became a greyhound dog, and fetched her back again. Then she became a fly all in the air, and he became a spider, and fetched her to his lair. But I'd rather die a maid. And then she said, and be buried all in my grave. And then she said, but I'd have such a nasty, husky, dusky, musty, fusky, cold blacksmith. A maiden will I die. 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 Oh, she looked out of the window, as white as any milk. But he looked into the window, as black as any silk. Hello, hello, you cold blacksmith. Oh, what is your silly song? You shall never change my maiden name that I have kept so long. I'd rather die a maid, yes. But then she said, be buried all in my grave, yes. But then she said that I'd have such a nasty, husky, dusky, fusky, fusky, cold blacksmith. Oh, maiden will I die. Then she became a duck all on the stream, and he became that water dog. He fetched her back once more, then she became a hare all on the plain, and he became the greyhound dog, and fetched her back again, and she became a fly all in the air. And he became a spider, and fetched her to his lair, and fetched her to his lair.
Man is a beast of prey. The beast of prey conquers countries, founds great realms by the subjugation of other subjugators, forms states, and organizes civilization in order to enjoy his booty in peace. Attack and defense, suffering and struggle, victory and defeat, domination and servitude, all sealed with blood. This is the entire history of the human race.
She became a corpse all in the ground, and he became the cold grey clay and smothered her all around.
When I was falling, I was still dreaming of menstrual winters. Wake up!
Oh, when I saw you standing there, white flowers dying in your hair, child of harvest time coughing up moss, black flowers, the perfume trailing in dust, hoisting torn pennants at the spike of that hill. Your smile started bleeding, and then the mill, shearing and sharing your love and your rage, whilst hogsheads descending spit out a new age. It isn't very good in the dark, dark wood, in the middle of the night, where there isn't any light. It isn't very good in the dark, dark wood. It isn't very good in the dark, dark wood, in the middle of the night, when there isn't any light. It isn't very good in the dark, dark wood. It isn't very good in the dark, dark wood, in the middle of the night, when there isn't any light. It isn't very good in the dark, dark wood.
There are four corners to the world, she said, and everyone is manned with fire and ice. Through black glass darkly I can see the truth, arrayed and raised and raising walls of war. She points to squares of wax and writes backwards. I veil my face from her and from her light. The pointless game she plays out for want of power, to slake our bloodlust and for sake of pain. Her ugly shape breathing a secret mound. The call of ethers and the dogs start growl. With one cracked bottle with no label on. She nods and gestures limply with her broken smile. Do you fear death? She says to me and shows me 7 scars, 7 seals of her 7 years of rose cross madness. Well, Christus tells us that little children suffer. It's only right that we should learn to suffer too. The first 7 are red as blood. The second 7 not so red. The third 7 like whitish smoke. And all the world seemed to be in darkness. And all the world seemed to be in brightness. There are 4 corners to the world, I lie, and forms of fire have learned to cross its floor, and little banners displaying their little creeds have made or seas on earth as red as poppy fields. There are 4 corners to the world, she sighs. There are 4 corners to the world, she cries. There are 4 corners to the world, she lies. There are 4 corners to the world, she dies.
By God's mercy or God's anger, we take pains to heap up things useful to our life and get our death in the purchase. And the person is snatched away, and the goods remain. And all this is the law and constitution of nature unveiled. It is a punishment to our sins, the unalterable event of providence, and the decree of heaven. The final church of the Noddy apocalypse.
Beside the rivering waters of, hither and thithering waters of, night. In the moonlight by the sea, in a country, in a town, now quickly, now slowly, now in pain, now in love in different shapes. When I was young, when I was young, I used to dream, and the wind blows, and the owl sings, and dogs are driven wild, and dogs break their chains, run through the land, a prey to madness, with wild eyes dying, wild eyes burning. They raise their heads, they swell their cold necks, like a hungry child's breath, or a cat who's ripped his guts, like a woman about to give birth, like a young girl singing. At the stars in the north, at the stars in the south, at the stars in the west, at the stars in the east, at the moon, at the mountains, at the rocks, at the pain, at the thief, at the snakes, reveal their black backs, fresh flesh. Glazed eyes stare from long pale human faces. We cannot satisfy the hopes. We are now dead. We are all dead. The hammer breaks the anvil. From the cleft of its hood, it was fair as morning and full of heaven dew. Then it put on darkness, declined its softness, and put on the symptoms of this sickly age. It bowed its head, it broke its stalk, it lost its leaves, and all its beauty falling to weeds and unknown faces. The same is the portion of man and woman, the black heritage of worms and serpents, a rottenness and cold discharge. Our beauty is now so changed, my friends, by violence and secret influence, the aspect of a star, by the stink of a mist, by emissions of a cloud, the meeting of vapors, the falling of chariots, the stumbling at stones, by a full meal, or an empty stomach, by watching at the wine, or by watching at prayers and the sun and the moon, by a heat or a cold, by sleepless nights or sleeping days, by water frozen to the hardness of a dagger, or water thawed into the floods of a river, by a hair or a current, by violent motion, by sitting still, by severity or dissolution, by God's mercy or God's anger. We take our pains to heap up things useful to our life, and we get our death in the bargain. And the person is snatched away, and the goods remain. And all this is the law and constitution of nature and Wales. It is a punishment to our sins, the unalterable event of providence, and the decree of heaven. So funny on the inside. Hear the sound and pray for rain, but this is the night we ride. And this ain't the Garden of Eden, there ain't no angels above, and things ain't what they used to be, and this ain't the summer of love. Lock all your doors from the outside, hide yourselves in the inside. You'll now begin to understand, and this is the night we ride. And this ain't the Garden of Eden. There ain't no angels above, and things ain't what they used to be. And this ain't the summer of love, the summer of love. The night we ride,
the summer of love,
the night we ride,
the summer of love,
the night we ride.
summer of love.
This ain't the Garden of Eden. There ain't no angels above, and things ain't what they used to be. And this ain't the summer of love. And this ain't the Garden of Eden. There ain't no angels above, and things ain't what they used to be. And this ain't the summer of love. The summer of
My eyes are black and white, my eyes are black and white. Hey ho, the Noddy, oh, my eyes are black and white. I crush the velvet mound, I crush the velvet mound. Hey ho, the Noddy, oh, I crush the velvet mound. Mommy's teeth are cracked, Mommy's smile is cracked. Hey ho, the Noddy, oh, Mommy's smile is red. A-reaping I shall go, a-reaping I shall go. Hey ho, the Noddy, oh, a-reaping I shall go. A stranger waits me there, a man with half-blind stare, a man with dusty hair. Hey ho, the Noddy, oh, a stranger waits me there. This destiny did not tire, this destiny did not tire. Hey ho, the Noddy, oh, this destiny did not tire. He sang, a-raping I shall go, a-raping I shall go. Hey ho, the Noddy, oh, a-raping I shall go. And bled and draped was I, and scared and cold was I. Hey ho, the Noddy, oh, hey ho, the Noddy, oh, hey ho, the Noddy, oh, in fields of rape I lie. Well, as you sow, you reap. Well, as I sowed, I reap. Well, as I sow, I reap. Hey ho, the Noddy, oh. Hey ho, the Noddy, oh. Hey ho, the Noddy, oh. Well, as I sowed, I reaped.
Antichrist is not a Caucasian, that is a white man. This Messiah is going to be a dark-skinned black man.
monstrum in fronte, monstrum in animo, process, slum full of fun. Nirvana in a desert land. Beausoleil, thine anger rising like a scorpion. Beausoleil, you buggy baby on a fairground slide. Beausoleil, the taste of honey and the swirl of flies. Beausoleil, jack-rooting wide-eyed in the deepest pit. Beausoleil, looking at smiles and seeing only grins. Beausoleil, did dead God smell when the dog's blood rose? Beausoleil, now all my summers turn to menstrual winters. Beausoleil, kill, Beausoleil, did dogs blood rise when the dead gods died? Beausoleil,
He dedicated his life to the Black Virgin.
Beausoleil, beautiful sunshine whose shadow hides. Beausoleil, white brother lovers planting burning crosses. Beausoleil, the sharpest flavor is the one that stains. Beausoleil, when dog blood rises, does it also dance? Beausoleil, great benediction of the final church.
Worshipping a black Messiah, a black something.
Beausoleil, it's just your habit of culling time. Beausoleil, a death in June under a menstrual moon. Beausoleil, Beausoleil, Scorpio rising with the light bearer falls. Beausoleil, Beausoleil, the squeaky master of a giddy world. Beausoleil, Beausoleil, still waving black flags from a stubble field. Beausoleil, Beausoleil, a Maltese cross is pierced by the blood of Christ. Beausoleil, Beausoleil,
All supreme being. Well, there you have the Messiah.
Beausoleil, 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 hiding from cancer crabs and cracking jokes. Beausoleil, Beausoleil, Arson Archbishop makes the desert burn. Beausoleil, the dead are grateful, all you need is love. Beausoleil, Beausoleil, fat Buddha smiling with the widest grin. Beausoleil, Beausoleil, candy for surgeon with the golden hair. Beausoleil, Beausoleil, a brand new process for a brand new age. Beausoleil, 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 a black Messiah wearing buckskin boots. Beausoleil, Beausoleil, assassin creeping claws from Hebron's veil. Beausoleil, 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 another martyr for the Noddy apocalypse. There's no business like the devil's business. Beausoleil, Beausoleil, Beausoleil. We want to sink into the deepest basin. Beausoleil, Beausoleil, plusieurs prédictions lucifériennes. Beausoleil, Beausoleil, 7 and 7 is the hidden key. Beausoleil, I take the cluster in a menstrual light. Beausoleil, Beausoleil, Disneyland darkens with your Armageddon smile. Beausoleil, some Jaegers dance, he cannot laugh. Beausoleil, Beausoleil, Soleil, 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 Beausoleil, 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 you hide the candle on Golgotha's hill. Beausoleil, Beausoleil, the dead got smell when the dog's blood rolls. Beausoleil, Beausoleil, the dog that rise when the dead gods die. Beausoleil, Beausoleil, a death in June under a menstrual moon. Beausoleil, Beausoleil, when Sulphur rises, does it also dance? Beausoleil, Beausoleil, jackbooted wide-eyed in the deepest pit. Beausoleil, Beausoleil, thine anger rises like the scorpion. Beausoleil, 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 Beausoleil. And when she fell down the stairs, I tried very hard not to laugh, gripping the banister, gripping my crutch, and when I saw her there jerking, I tried hard not to go to her. I tried hard not to go to her. There is something of heaven in death. There is something of heaven in death. There is something of heaven in death.
Well, hello, angel, a gift and a smile. Well, hello, angel, as we walk a crooked mile. And a twisted man leans on twisted sticks, with children's laughter hanging on swings. Well, hello, angel, and skipping rope turns, whilst little bodies twist in carousel swerves. Well, hello, angel, it's the end of the world. Well, hello, angel, at the end of your tether. Well, hello, angel, time for sleep. Well, hello, angel, time to cry. That which is falling should also be pushed. That which is crawling should also be crushed.
The end of the world doesn't come suddenly and without warning. To imagine it does is to be fooled by popular misconception, and thus fail to recognize the larger picture. The end of the world is an ongoing process. It starts slowly, imperceptibly, then blossoms unnoticed in our very midst, until it has engulfed all that there is, and none is free from its spell. Hear now my words and heed them well. All that you think is great and mighty is but a disease upon life, and must be made to perish if life is to continue. That which seems grand and noble is but an affliction. All that appears to grant freedom to mankind has in fact ordained its enslavement, impairing and crippling from within, while outwardly bearing the banner of liberty. The body of humanity has been poisoned, and even as it strives for new horizons and constant advancement, rigor mortis has preceded the approach of death, and the lives of men are dragged into the grave along with it. Seek now those motions which sow for humanity the seeds of death, as they harvest for you the bounty of life.
Just close your eyes and then remember the thoughts you've locked away. When tomorrow comes, your wish you had today. And as we sit here alone, looking for a reason to go on, it's so clear that all we have now are our thoughts of yesterday. If you're still there when it's all over, I'm scared I'll have to say that a part of you has gone since yesterday. And as we sit here alone, looking for a reason to go on, it's so clear that all we have now are our thoughts of yesterday. La la la, 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 la maybe this could be the ending, with nothing left of you. 100 wishes couldn't say, I don't want to. And as we sit here alone, looking for a reason to go on, it's so clear that all we have now are our thoughts of yesterday. La la la, 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 la la la.
Hagalas, Hagalas, Hagalas. Gnosis, 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 Gnosis. Isa, Isa, Isa. There is it! There is it! There is it! Isa, Hagalas.
Now be thou cursed,
Oh, I am
that ruined our
cursed,
fair
for I've helped them
land,
to ruin
and be
my fair
thou
land.
cursed, that sealed
And I
up
am
our wells,
cursed,
and
because
be
they
thou
sealed up our
cursed,
wells. And
for
the curse
leaving
is on
the
me,
God's hands
for
and
abandoning
build a
the God's
strange
hands and
place
build
for their
strange
children
place
to
for people to
dwell.
dwell.
Now cursed be thy breath, and cursed be thy breathing, and cursed be thine eyes, and cursed be thy sight, and cursed be thy hands that have blackened the harvest,
the old ways to the joy and the light.
to the joy
Now
and
cursed
the
be thy
light.
name, all
Now
cursed
cursed be
and
thy
forgotten.
name, O
All
cursed and
cursed beyond
forgotten.
memory, place
All
or
cursed
recall.
beyond memory,
Cursed be thy
place or
soul, out
recall.
of nothing
And cursed be
begotten
thy
nothing,
soul,
to
out of
nothing,
nothing begotten
and
nothing,
to
no
all.
thing,
Now
and nothing
cursed
to
art thee that have
all.
ruined our
Now
fair
cursed art
land,
thee
and
that have
cursed
ruined
be
our fair
thee
land,
that sealed
and
up our
cursed
wells,
art
and
thee
cursed art
that sealed up
thee
our wells, and cursed art thee that abandoned our God's hands and built a strange place for their people to dwell.